February is the month of love and romance, and I wanted to dedicate a whole reading vlog specifically to the month of February. I've already finished 2 books. I listened to Becoming by Michelle Obama and I read If You Stayed by Brittany Cherry. Both books are by Black authors. February is also Black History Month, so I want to pick books that are either written by Black authors or romance books, but I also want to be mood reading because if I have a set TBR list for me to read, I just stray away from it. It makes me feel like reading is part of school again, and I don't want to feel that way. So I don't know, well, I do know what book I'm reading next because I started the audiobook for The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, I believe. Let me check. Oh my god, I was right, yay. Sometimes I don't really remember authors, but I did a good job with that. I'm listening to this audiobook and I'm 17% done already. Yesterday I did a whole clean out of my cabinets, like my kitchen and everything, and I was vibing to this book. So that's the next romance book, but I don't know what the next book is. I'm excited. I don't know yet. I'm gonna look through the books that I haven't read that I physically own and maybe start reading them if I'm in the mood for them. If not, maybe we can go to the library. Maybe I could go to some thrift stores. I don't know. The possibilities are endless and that is beautiful. But I'm so excited. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the books that I already finished. As I mentioned, I read 2 books in the month of February, so let's talk about them. I finished If You Stayed by Brittany Cherry. It is a second chance romance, friends to lovers trope, has a lot of trigger warnings about domestic abuse and grief, just very heavy topics in general. I was recommended this book by my friend, my best friend, and she loved it. I, on the other hand, it was not my cup of tea, I don't think. I finished it. It was okay. I think like the characters themselves and the dialogue were just not it for me. Because why are you telling me that a grown 40-year-old man is talking to a 14-year-old girl and is like, okay, there's so much more that goes into this story, but basically the words that come out of his mouth, I'm like, why would you say that?
You know what it gave? It gave the same vibe as that episode in SpongeBob where SpongeBob was like, I'm ugly and I'm proud. And Patrick was like, say it louder. I'm ugly and I'm proud. I'm ugly and I'm proud. That's the same vibe.
This book follows Kira in present time. She's a therapist. She's married to this like really rich guy. She has a daughter. She bumps into Gabriel because Gabriel is working with her husband and she recognizes him right away, but he doesn't. So I'm just gonna tell you that for that story. Again, you can read this book and love it, and that's great. I love that. That's what reading is. It's subjective. It's made for conversations. It's fun. It's a form of entertainment, okay? Now, let's move on to the next book. I also listened to Becoming by Michelle Obama, and it's more of a biography instead of a memoir. I've read a lot of like nonfictions and memoirs before, and I typically enjoy those books as audiobooks, and this one was great, okay? The first half was very slow, talking a lot about her life, but what's so interesting about this book is that you get the perspective of someone that has lived in the White House. It's very political, so you know, if it's your cup of tea, great. If not, that's okay as well. But it was very eye-opening. I feel like I learned a lot about our country through that book, to be quite honest. Now, I am listening to a new audiobook, The Dead Romantics. I've been meaning to read an Ashley Poston book because it has a lot of like magical realism in it, and I'm so excited for that. Again, I'm 17% done, but I feel like I'm still not too far in deep. Like, I don't have any thoughts yet about it. I'm enjoying it. The character's fine. Typically, I'm like a big hater of main characters. I don't know why. I don't mean to do it on purpose. It just happens that way. Maybe I'm just a hater in general, but so far I'm really enjoying this book. I finally decided what book we're going to be starting, and we're going to be starting Finale. This is the 3rd and final book of the Caraval series. I physically read the Caraval book, I listened to Legendary, and I've decided to physically read Finale. The audiobooks are great, okay? But I get lost when I'm listening to fantasy books. This is romantasy, so it fits into this vlog. Okay, I borrowed it from my library. I got it. If I don't read it now, then I'm gonna have to wait a couple weeks, and since I just finished Caraval and Legendary, it's within the realm of I still know these characters' names and what's happening. And I fear that if I don't read it now, I'm just gonna forget. So what's the point of reading a series, you know? Anyways, I haven't started it yet. I'm about to. I'm really excited. I was going to say something else. Oh, I was saying how when reading fantasy books, I don't read too many fantasy books. And this is a YA one, meaning that it's like easy to follow, fast paced. Like a 10-year-old can be reading this, probably. I don't know. But I can still get lost when I'm listening to an audiobook, because when I'm listening to audiobooks, I'm most likely doing other things as well. Like I'll be on a walk, I'll be cleaning. So there's other things that I'm sort of focused on, and I just get lost really easily. Because again, we're in a made-up world, there's made-up words, and there's also a lot of like magic and like things just thrown at you that you have to just go with the flow, since it's not realistic in any sense. So reading fantasy books is much better for me because I see the words, I understand what's happening, I can process the story better. So that's why I decided to read Finale. That was a huge rant about it, but maybe you feel the same way. Maybe you don't. I tend to like to listen to like memoirs or audiobooks. I tend to like to listen to memoirs or biographies as audiobooks. They're more entertaining. I know that it's real, so I don't know, like I feel like it's easier to follow, and I have a harder time reading like nonfiction or memoirs or autobiographies physically. Like I feel like there's not a lot of attention span, but when it's told to me, I'm able to grasp that information better. So that's a little fun fact about me and how I decide whether to read or to listen to books. But I'm excited to start this one, so we'll see my thoughts on it. And I'm still listening to The Dead Romantics. I just realized that it's a paranormal romance, meaning that a person is falling in love with a ghost. I've never read a paranormal romance. I'm not against it. And obviously by the name of the book, like the title, The Dead Romantics, you would assume maybe that it's like a paranormal romance. But I didn't know going into it. I really didn't. I just knew that Ashley Poston has a lot of magical realism, which paranormal romance, that they're really fun, whimsical, and that it's just had a good rating. And I was like, sign me up. Yes, fun. So I'm listening to that and I'm reading this. Obviously not at the same time because they're two different books. Come on. But I'll be switching from them. So exciting. I just finished The Dead Romantics and I rated it a 2.5. I'm making it a mission to actually write a review after I finish every book. Lately I just rate it, like give it some stars, and then I don't write any kind of review. And then I go back and I'm like, I don't remember anything about this book. And I want to make sure to remember little snippets of how I felt or what I thought about the book, so I'm going to start reviewing them. I'm doing that through Fable though. And as you saw, I borrowed a new book. So I borrowed Parable of the Sower, which I love watching Kalila D's videos, like reading videos, and all of her videos are just amazing. It's so inspirational. And I think out of like all of the booktubers that I enjoy watching, I take her book recommendations very seriously. I really do. So when she was talking about this book, I was really excited and scared to read it. Because with everything that's going on, like, do I really want to dive into a book that's like, I'm trying to escape from reality, but I'm diving into a book that's very similar to what's going on, or it's just scary? It's like a dystopian world type of book. I don't know too much about it, but I do want to start like listening or reading a book that I'm very invested in, because I feel like lately I've read a lot of books this year so far. I've already finished 8 books. Yeah, crazy. I typically don't read 8 books when I'm in mid-February. Within all the books that I've been reading, I haven't actually felt like connected or like enthralled into a book. I'm reading them and I'm just like, sort of want it to be over. And that's a horrible feeling. It really is. So I'm excited to listen to this audiobook. I haven't started it yet because, as you saw, I just finished The Dead Romantics. More on that, I was explaining the story to my boyfriend, and I think I'm gonna start doing that more often because, again, it gets me thinking about what the actual plot of the book was, some aspects that stood out to me, and I don't know, sometimes when I'm listening or reading books, it's just all in my head. I don't really have anyone to talk to about books. I can obviously like tell my friends or my boyfriend or you guys, but I just keep it all in my head. And then I'm like, why do I do that? Why can't I just talk about it? And I feel like talking about the books that I'm reading, whether I'm really enjoying it or I'm not really enjoying it, makes me feel more connected to it, because it makes me feel like, oh yeah, you know what, I actually did read it and I actually paid attention. But yeah, going on with that book, there was so much going on and it was, yes, like very slow. There was too many like plot points that weren't really explained well. I'm not going to give any kind of spoiler for this book because, again, if you're an avid romance reader, maybe you really like it. But I did enjoy the character. Like, she was funny, and I feel like sometimes when you're trying to put humor in books, it can come out as like cringy just because it's the way that you imagine it. You know what I mean? And I imagine everything very cringy, which I hate. I really do like hate it. I don't want to like think about it like that, but I really do. And then an update on finale. I'm 27% done with this. It's a bit slower than I was like anticipating, and I realized that within the Caraval series, I personally enjoy Scarlett's POV better than Donatella's. I feel like with Donatella's, it's like all over the place and I don't know exactly who we're talking about. Like, are we talking about Legend or are we talking about Jax? I don't know. So I get like a lot of their characteristics confused, and sometimes I'm like following along and I'm like, oh my god, and then I'm like, wait, that's Jax, that's not a Legend. I don't know why I'm like confusing them too, but I feel like Scarlett's POVs are way more like enjoyable. Like, I think they're fun. But that's what I have so far within this book right here. I'm excited to finish it. Hopefully within this end of the video I can finish finale and Parable of the Sower. This is a 12-hour audiobook though, but we still have like half of the month left. I feel so productive. This is a beautiful time to be reading. I also got a case for my Kindle. I've had this clear case for a long time with a little pop socket. It's really cute. And the idea behind this was that every month or season or so, I was going to put some stickers or images to decorate it. And I thought it would be cute because I wouldn't have to buy multiple cases. I could just be decorating the back. But obviously I didn't keep up with it. I really didn't. And I'm so excited to have a case on it. Last time when I got a case that was like a book case for my Kindle, it was too big. Obviously I could have looked at the measurements, but I got this one off Etsy, and it also has a clear back to it. So in case I still want to put stickers or decorate it, it comes with stickers. Are you kidding me? Look how beautiful. Oh my god. I love iridescent stickers. I've been using them for my journal as well. What is that? Why? That's cute. This looks adorable. I am so excited. I think it's more like springy vibes. I did order another case. It's the same vibe, but it's pink. And I think once that one comes, I want to use it for right now, and then I'll probably switch it to this one in the summer. But we'll see if the other one is the right measurements. But it's really cute. And then you can put it back. Oh, it's not magnetic though. And then you can hold it. That's that's fine. It has been raining non-stop all day. Anyways, I received my new Kindle case. I know we just opened this one up, but I bought them like at the same time, and this one is also not magnetic, which is sad. I don't know if I'm gonna return it, but I do like the pink. Maybe we can try it on. I guess I won't return it yet. As I was saying, since I started journaling, I've accumulated like so many. It is magnetic! Since I've accumulated a bunch of stickers for journaling, I think it'd be fun to decorate it because I still have a clear back. So I think that would be fun. Oh, it fits, yay. Wait. This one is magnetic. I didn't know that if you put like one of these cases that looks like a book, if you just open it, the Kindle turns on. I didn't know that. Like, is that supposed to happen? Like, how does it know? This one is magnetic, so like maybe it like gives a signal to the Kindle. I don't know, but the other one isn't magnetic. So like, how does it know that you're being opened right now? I'm really confused. Anyways, let's read our book. So I'm sick. I've been drinking these juices every day. This is my second time buying the pack from Costco and I really like them. It makes me feel really healthy because typically I wouldn't be eating cucumber, celery, grapefruit, chard, lettuce, or lemon. I don't really know what chard is, but it's a very green juice, so it's been making me feel better about myself. A little update on the books that I'm reading. I finished Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler and I rated it a 3.5. I don't know what's up with me and I don't hate the book. I enjoyed it. But I don't like, why am I the biggest hater in the room? I don't know why. Like, I enjoy reading. I love it. I want to honestly be obsessed with anything that I read. That's the kind of mindset that I want to have. But my mind isn't letting me. Like, why? Why am I hating? I don't know. But I feel like I hate lying or like being like, you know what, 5 stars, 5 stars when it's not. So I've settled with 3.5 and I think sometimes like ratings are pretty harsh and I know people have like, I don't think I could write a book at all. And even if I did, like, it wouldn't even fall within the star ratings. Like, I know I wouldn't make it. I don't know where this rant is going, but basically, I don't understand why I'm the biggest hater, but I'm not gonna lie if I didn't. I'm not gonna lie about a rating also. So, just putting that out there. But talking about the book in general was very eye-opening. I haven't read too many like dystopian books. I don't think so, other than one of the Hunger Games books. I love dystopian worlds. I don't know why I haven't read more dystopian books. I would love to. I think most of them are very like young adult, which I have nothing against. But I think that's what makes me not want to read them, because they're young adult. But maybe they're good. Maybe I should read them. I love Caraval and it's young adult. That made me realize something, that I should probably be reading more young adult books or like fantasy books. Okay, besides the point, I finished Parable of the Sower and I didn't know it was a series. There's Parable of the Talents, which I'm sort of interested in continuing, but not right now, not in this moment. I really enjoyed our main character, Lauren. I've mentioned it again before. Sometimes I'm a hater of protagonists or like of the main character in general, but I'm not a hater of Lauren. I'm not. I admire all of her strength and confidence and building a community, which is crazy. I wish I got to know her a little bit more. I know like we just get her point of view, so I'm literally only in her head and only know about her, but I would like to know more about her. And I feel like her talent or weakness that she has of being an empath but actually feeling pain and pleasure from other people is really interesting. Like, it's a little odd obviously, but I've never read that, so I thought it was pretty interesting. And then also to be placed in a world where there's so much pain going on is wild. Like, how are you still alive, girl? You know what I mean? But honestly, I admire her. I really do. And oh, a spoiler maybe? So skip like 20 seconds. I hate age gap romances. I hate them. I hate them. And I think that's why this book wasn't like a 4 stars, like more than a 3.5, because why does she fall in love with the man that's like almost like the age of her dad? I hate that. I really do. Like, it was not necessary. That's exactly how I felt about it. I think that's what really, like, once that man was introduced into the storyline and she was falling for him, I was like, no. And I felt disconnected. I think that was the one aspect of her that I was like, why are you doing that? Why? So I think that's also another thing of why I don't know if I'm gonna continue the other book, because I'm sure I'm gonna have to see that man again or hear about that man again. And even though he was opposed in the beginning, like, no, you're too young, like, no, like, you should have stuck to those boundaries, right? I don't know. I didn't finish finale. I'm 55% done with it, and I was thinking of starting another audiobook, but I really need to focus on this one. I'm still with the green case. I love it. It's so cute. And I think that's what I'm going to do for the end of this month. Continue and read finale. So you won't have a rating from me about finale just yet, because this is the last update that I'm doing in order to upload this before February ends. But I've been sick. I haven't been this sick in a long time, and it's really taken a toll on me. It really has. And I didn't keep up with Media Monday on my TikTok. I'm sorry, but I want to continue those series as well. But that's it for me right now. I gave you my update, and I'll see you in another video.